everybody. Welcome back to this week's episode of I Was Thinking. I'm Macy.
And I'm Simone.
How you doing?
I'm here, like always. We're just gonna keep saying that because my life's pretty mundane, so it's kind of like there's nothing for me to really rave about, talk about. I'm pretty boring, guys.
Listen, the most exciting thing I did this week was make dog hair bows for my new job.
Oh, like actually made them yourself? Oh, that's cute.
Yeah, I'll have to. They can't see it, but I'll show you later.
Is it for? Well, I mean, this episode's gonna be way past it, but at the time of recording, it's the day before Valentine's Day. So, what are they for Valentine's Day?
Specific themed? No, yeah, I didn't. I mean, I have pink ones, but like, I didn't do it specifically for Valentine's Day. Just everyone at my work pretty much makes their own bows, because the ones that the company provides aren't that cute. So we all do our own crafting and make our own bows. And of course, I had all boy dogs all this week, so I couldn't put bows in there. I think boy dogs should be able to wear bows too, but that might offend some people. So
I guess bows aren't specific to a certain gender. Come on.
What does it matter?
I remember when Bella used to get bows in her hair and she absolutely hated them. So every time we'd bring her home, she'd find the nearest carpet and just roll around. And when she realized the bow was out of her hair, she'd be like, oh, all good.
Yeah, I know. I'm having to come to the acceptance that most of my bows are going to end up in the trash. And I worked so hard on them and they're so cute, but it's just a nice little extra thing to do that makes people want to come back to you. You know, if you did a good job on their dog and you add it's just a little bit of icing on the top of the cake. So, but yesterday I finally got to use one. So I was very excited about it.
Nice. All right. Well, we won't do too much chit chat because we got a lot to talk about today, guys.
Stuff to get out.
Oh my God. So before we continue any more of our K-pop games, can you guess my favorite song? I still don't know the official title of this game that we do. It teeters between those two. But before we do any more new groups, I felt like it'd be appropriate to kind of do a catch up on the groups we already did to see where they are now, where we left off, after we played the game, things like that. So
yeah, because we always start each one of those episodes with a little bit of research on the groups, and except
for BTS, which I kind of feel bad for. And I'm I feel like in my hearts of heart, everyone knows them, but sometimes not everyone does. And
I also feel like the reason that was our first episode, so we really hadn't gotten in our groove of what we wanted to do with it.
That's true.
And also, they just have so much music. That was 4 episodes long, just getting through the songs, not messing around with anything. Yeah, technically 5. So that's a lot of content
that is
to get through. And I don't know if spending 30 minutes talking about just them in general when most people know who they are, especially if they're listening to an episode about them. I don't know. And we talk about them all the time. So we get things, I don't think it was as necessary with them. But
I didn't think so either. I just wasn't sure because I felt bad because we didn't do our little introduction of oh, here's the members, here's their names, the company they're from, how they built their company. Because we all know they built Hive, but don't argue with me on that because we all know it's true. Things like that. So it's fine.
Because technically we talked about all the members when we talked about our concert experience, and then we've talked about that.
I haven't listened to early episodes in a while, because when I did the 2021 recap, it was only episodes we put out in 2021, and it pretty much started with the BTS game. So the ones before that, I kind of haven't listened to. I'm kind of afraid to listen to because
we didn't talk about we didn't go in depth with each person, but I know for a fact we said each person's name, and then we filmed a extra thing to put in because we didn't talk about, I don't remember which person it was now, but we didn't talk about one person. I think it may have been Jin. We didn't talk about him a whole lot, so we recorded a snippet and put it in there. But yeah, I think we tried to talk about each member in that.
For their stages though, we didn't talk about like the other groups, like their start and
stuff. They would have
stuff.
heard each person's name.
That's true.
And like that's what I said. Like we didn't go in depth with each person, but we talked about each person, like their name and stuff.
And like Macy also says, we also talk about them a lot outside the game. I'm pretty sure there's
I feel like every episode we do, if BTS isn't mentioned at least once, it's not an I was thinking episode. I'm sorry, but
and it's usually me that brings it up. So and we have like what? We have 2 episodes just dedicated on their B album, and me and Brianna has like an almost 3-hour episode on the concert.
There's BTS content on this channel, so like.
And I said that like literally, I think in the trailer before we even started making episodes, I was like, if I bring up the 3 letters BTS, you know. You're just gonna have to get used to it.
Just accept it. It's just
accept it at this point. I can't help it.
So anyway, needless to say, I think we've talked about them plenty. Anything we talk about more is just going to be extra. So.
I just wanted to make sure.
Yeah.
But yes. So we're going to recap all the groups we did. So BTS, GOT7, help me Macy, Ateez.
Ateez, TXT, Blackpink, 21, Card.
Okay, yes. Not in that order, but...
Yeah, no, I just...
you're just helping me list.
Just listing.
It's been a while, guys. I'm still trying to get used to my new job, so I'm kind of like here and not there. My mind's just on information overload. I apologize. Also, before we get started, me and Macy, we did our best with research, so we might not get everything. We might have missed some stuff. Especially, I didn't realize, or I must have forgot that we did the BTS one really early in 2021. So I basically had to do a catch up on like the whole year. So that and a little bit of Ateez is what's going to take us the longest. Yeah. But I still might have missed some stuff. We've already talked about this. We're like into them, but we don't follow like as deeply or as closely as I feel like
it's not
super
fans
every
single
do.
Thing they've posted the last year, you know what I mean? Like that's
right.
It's just not going to happen because we're not on top of it at that crazy amount. So if we miss something, we apologize.
And we try to mostly stick with the music. Now I know with the BTS one, I kind of went out the music a little bit, but as far as all the other groups, and even them, we mostly try to stick with like if any new music came out after the games.
Music because one of my groups didn't put out any music, so.
And we know what group that was, but we're not going to say that right now. We love them though.
Technically have some music, but it's not their music, so.
Okay. Well, now I'm curious. So yeah. But yeah. Anyway, we just wanted to put that out there just real quick before we start. So. We tried our best.
Yeah.
We also I did this kind of almost not last minute, but a little last minute. So, yeah.
Yeah, I'm glad I did more last minute because some stuff that literally happened yesterday and
That's true.
A couple days before. So we do record these in advance, so it's not going to be yesterday for you guys. And
by the time this also comes out, I'm sure more stuff's going to come out. But you know what? We're just doing this and that's it.
K-pop as an industry is pumping out stuff like nobody's business.
Right? Every second. And that's not even exaggeration.
No, it's constant. So like it's impossible to stay fully up to date with everything that's going on. So that's our disclaimer. Don't get mad at us.
Yeah, I can see why the burnout could be real, but we're not talking about that.
No. We got to get started because we're going to be here forever if we don't.
Okay. I will go first then with my very, very long list. Lord, give me the strength to not stumble over my words from my notes. So let's start with some Bangtan Soyeondan, shall we? See, there we go. I already started stumbling.
Oh, it's okay.
Okay. Thank you, Basie. All right. And feel free if I ever mention something that you are also unaware of. Go ahead and stop me.
Yeah. No, I'm actually really looking forward to seeing, learning some stuff because I'm sure I've missed something. So if anything, I'll get some new songs that I need to catch up on.
I am also what'd you say before we started recording? I'm your plug line for a lot of this stuff too.
Yeah, you're my plug for anything K-pop related.
Your outlet because I'm mostly on
social media. So
yeah, I mean I'm not either, but I am on Twitter more than you.
It's like I do YouTube, Instagram, and TikTok. That's if it doesn't happen on one of those, I don't know about it.
And see, I don't do TikTok. So if there's something on TikTok that I miss, you also tell me. So it works that way. I'm on Twitter. You're on TikTok. There we go.
Yep.
All right. So BTS. So last time we played the game, we went through all the albums because they're our favorites. So we had to do them justice to do like every single album except for the Japanese ones because they're mostly, you know, remixes and some original Japanese. But we did mention them in part 1. So if you want to hear the songs that we didn't play with, you can go back and listen to part 1. I think all the games are pretty funny, actually. And that was our first one. So their last actual like album was B, which was released on November 20th, 2020. And 2021 is actually, I believe, the group's first time since their debut that they didn't pull out either a full album or like a mini album. But like 2021 was the year of the singles. All right, so let us begin with this long timeline. So on March 2nd of 2021, J-Hope released a full version of Blue Side, which is the outro song on his mixtape Hope World. That can be found on the group's SoundCloud account. You look so confused, Macy. I didn't. Oh, okay. Didn't you knew about that, right?
I was recalling, like I was going back in my memory to like recall, but I knew about that.
Yeah, because I remember me and you, we played the game on the remix. Let me repeat that.
Mixtape.
Yes, but also with August D, and we were wondering why the song August D isn't on. I think it has to do with sampling. Yes, yeah. And they probably could put it on streaming services if they wanted to, because I know they have the money. Maybe they don't. I don't know if any of them are embarrassed from like those old songs. I don't think they should be, but I'm not them.
That's one of Suga's best songs, so he shouldn't be embarrassed, in my opinion. I love that song.
August D?
Yeah.
I didn't know that. I didn't know you thought that was his best song.
I don't think it's his best song. I think it's one of his best.
I know what you mean.
Yeah.
Okay, we're gonna move. Okay, we're gonna move on.
Wasn't that my number one on?
It was your number one, but sometimes your number ones change. So how was I supposed to know? Okay. Just making sure. All right, so on March 24th of 2021, I'm going to stop saying 2021. I think we can all assume this all happened last year. Okay, so on March 24th, BTS appeared on the 99th episode of a South Korean variety show called You Quiz on the Block. And I put in quotes, but I think that's their first Korean variety show since 2017, because I know when they started really blowing up in America, they stopped really going on Korean variety shows for other reasons too. But I think that was like since 2017, their first time being back on a variety show. Not even just like as individuals, because I know before then some of them will go on like some shows, but just like also as a group themselves. So on March 29th, they also launched a special talk show titled 2021 Special Talk Show, parentheses, Let's BTS. Didn't watch it. I know I've seen clips from it though, like on Twitter. On April 1st, they released the single Film Out, which was a single off their Japanese album BTS The Best, which is a compilation of popular BTS songs like Stay Gold, Black Swan, DNA, etc. And I'm pretty sure the ones like Black Swan and DNA are their Japanese versions. The full track list is on. I got it from the Target website because I guess they sell the album on Target. So if you guys want to see the full listing of what's on that album. And the song Film Out is also part of an OST for a Japanese movie called Signal, the movie. And there's also a music video starring the members. And fans think that the song has to deal with the BTS universe, which if you guys heard me before, I've given up on trying to figure out the universe. So if it is, cool. If it's not, cool. I don't know. I couldn't tell you.
Thinking about it.
You get what?
I said my brain hurts just thinking about it.
Truly. I can't keep up anymore. Okay, so on May 21st is when the Monster single Butter was released, which was their second all-English single that was released right after Dynamite, which came out in 2020. And I did write some, like, not facts, placements of Butter. So like Butter spent 10 weeks at number 1 on the Billboard Hot 100 and broke 5 world records on the Guinness World Records over YouTube and Spotify. One of them being the most viewed video in 24 hours at 108 million views, which was held before by BTS, obviously, with Dynamite. I don't remember how much Dynamite hit. I think Dynamite was 101 million views, if I'm recalling off memory, but don't quote me on that. I think this was also a really big deal because this also was the first song that was released after. I still get confused on if I should call them by their actual names or their stage names.
I don't think it matters. I usually switch back and forth.
Does it matter? Okay, well, this was the first song since after Yoongi's shoulder surgery, where he made his full comeback. And then, according to an article I found in Forbes, it was the only single in the US to sell 1 million copies.
Well,
yeah. And we already talked about our opinions on Butter in the We're Back episode. You guys can go back and listen to that if you want to hear it. Although it has changed a little bit. I do listen to it a lot more since we recorded that.
Listen to it more.
Especially with the remix. Like, the remix is definitely... It's the hot girl coach in BTS. Sorry, I had to. My 2 favorites. Okay. On June 7th. I'm a little embarrassed I just did that, but thankfully no one saw me. On June 7th, RM released a song called Bicycle that also could be found on SoundCloud, which is part of BTS Festa. And if you don't know what Festa is, it's usually a celebration between June 1st and the 13th that celebrates the group's debut, because they debut on June 13th. And they do all sorts of like activities through like social media where they release like videos and like some interactive stuff with ARMY as well. So like basically the first 13th month of June is just like, I feel like BTS week, 2 weeks. Yes. And usually after Festa is when they also hold a fan meet concert in celebration called Musters. And last year's Mustard was called, oh God, Korean. I haven't studied in so long. It's Soyuju, which was held on the 13th and the 14th. Streamed online, of course, and there's no live audience because of COVID. I think at that time they were trying to have at least some like offline people attended, but around that time I can't remember if COVID was getting worse again, so it was just completely online, and I sadly could not watch it because I had to work. So like I just saw a bunch of pictures of them looking great, performing songs I wanted to hear live, like Deji Tuan, and then like that meme of like the way V was dressed up like from the Jones Dynasty. That was a funny meme at that time. Okay, so on July 9th, BTS released another English single titled Permission to Dance, which was written by Ed Sheeran. And I think I was also reading that this song holds some significance because it was released on the anniversary that the fandom got their name ARMY. So I think July 9th is when ARMY got their name ARMY. Don't quote me again. Yeah. It did also go number 1 on the Hot 100's Billboard, but it didn't have like the same sticking power as Butter. Again, we've already talked about our opinions on Permission to Dance. Mine hasn't really changed. I was true to my word when I heard it performed live at the concert. I was dancing to it. I was doing the little sign language dance, but like outside of that, I don't really listen to the song. But it's surprising when I hear the song, I know all the words, so I don't understand what part of my brain unlocks it. Like, I don't listen to the song at all, but when I hear it performed, either like through, if I'm watching the like dance practice on YouTube, which I do watch it sometimes, like I said, I love the dance, or when I was at the concert, like I was singing along, I'm like, wow, I know every word to this. And I don't listen to it. But that's not important. And I feel like this was also the song that they really pushed as far as trying to join like those TikTok challenges trends that K-pop has been doing a lot recently. I feel like every K-pop song now has some type of TikTok challenge to it.
Yeah.
And really this, as far as that, this was really the only song. Because I know they also did like a YouTube shorts, and then they made a like little compilation of like videos they picked out of fans doing it and made a video of that, which I thought was also cute. So... Okay, so on August 27th, Butter, the remix with my girl Megan Thee Stallion came out. And at least I think a week or a couple days before that, we learned, like before the song even dropped, we learned that this was supposed to come out like a lot earlier than when it actually did, like closer to the time Butter was released, maybe a month or so, but it was delayed due to a conflict between Megan and her own label. But the single was eventually released. I don't remember all the drama. I just know it was something about like her label not thinking this was like her brand and it wasn't going to do well because it's associated with K-pop. And like she had to pay her own label so much money just to get the song released because she believed it'd be a good boost, which it was. Yeah. Anyway, we're not going to get into that discussion. But like I said, I like this one because I don't know if it was the first time, but since I joined the fandom, this was the first time I've seen BTS and so on. They collab with like doing, as far as promotion wise, like supporting each other on Twitter. They like changed their layouts to pink at the time, which was really cute. And then Jungkook, Jimin, and J-Hope came back to form what was formerly known as the 3Js, when they used to come together, the three of them, and like make dance videos, and they did a dance to Megan's rap verse.
I love that dance. It's really fun.
It's really good. And I really like this remix because this is like remixes used to hear back in like the early 2090s, where it's not just like a remix where they get an artist, they do their own verse, but it's still the original song. Like Megan was on the song like from beginning to the end. You heard my little introduction earlier. She did a lot of ad libs to it, her rap verse, and then she joined the rap line and like some ad libs in the end. So she was really present in it, which I really enjoyed. Kind of like when her and Beyonce remixed Savage. So okay, but off of Butter. On August 30th, Suga released the full version of a song he produced for Samsung, since they are ambassadors for Samsung, called Over the Horizon. And I don't have a Samsung phone, guys. I'm sorry, but this is a ringtone I think you can get on a Samsung phone.
Oh, really?
Yes.
Yeah, I don't have one either, so we're missing out on that.
I guess
ringtone.
We are, but we're slaves to Apple, so.
Yeah, I've tried both, and it's just, yeah. You need to be disappointed.
Yeah. Yeah, it's okay though. You like what you like. Apple's just easier for us, as I record this on my MacBook with my iPhone next to me and my iPad sitting a couple feet away.
Literally same.
We are a slave to the Apple product.
Literally every product I'm using right now is an Apple product.
It's an Apple product, except for my microphone. That is not an Apple product that I know of. I don't think it is.
At least no, jeez. It's corporations, man. You never know. But Apple's too stingy with their marketing. It has to be obviously Apple. It can't just be like...
And it's like, they do it in a way where, like, if you have anything on your Apple, it's really hard to switch it.
Yeah.
That's how they get you. Oh, God. Corporations, capitalism. Anyway, guys.
The only Android product I own is I got the BTS...
the headphones. Yes, yeah. I have those as well, and that's the only.
And they work with my Apple phone, which is great.
Exactly. And they work really well.
Yeah, they're really nice.
Great sound quality.
Anywho.
On September 24th, BTS released a collaboration song with the famous British band Coldplay. The song was also reached #1 on Billboard Hot 100, and it was Coldplay's first song to hit the Hot 100 since 2008. So since 2008, they haven't had a song reach American Hot 100 #1. So
they literally play this song at my work all the time.
Oh, do they really?
So excited. Yeah, I get so excited.
I actually don't hear Universe that much out in public. Surprisingly, one time I went out, this is an older song. I think the Macy's store in my area was closing down, and we were shopping, like the last minute giveaway, like get it now before we're gone. And I heard Wasted on Me being played in the store.
Oh yeah. So yesterday, there's 3 songs that I've heard that are K-pop related. It was Universe. They play TXT's Magic a lot at my work.
Really?
Yeah.
It is all in English, though. That's surprising. Yes, I understand that, yeah.
I heard a Jackson Wang song yesterday.
Really? Did you get excited?
Let Me Love You or whatever. I'm forgetting.
That is a good retail song, to be honest.
Yeah. So I was so excited. I'm like, why does this person sound familiar? And then I stopped what I was doing. I'm like, this is Jackson Wang playing in my work.
Don't you love that? Sometimes we gotta stop and look around. That happened to me one time too in college. I was at a YMCA that we were able to use for free because it was associated with the college. And I was working out, and I think I stopped my music, and all of a sudden I could have sworn I heard Fake Love being played, and I was like, wait a minute, my phone's not playing. And I took out my headphones, and they were playing Fake Love at the YMCA. Wow. I know.
That's impressive.
That is impressive. I was also in Orlando, so
there must be an army.
They had to have been, because Fake Love and there's no English version of Fake Love. So it's like, who is the secret army here? Mm-hmm. I see they're easy to point out if you know what you're looking for.
Right. As far
we're
as
everywhere.
Our work goes, I'm pretty sure all our music is done by corporate, though. So there's nobody, because there is, people who know BTS that I work with, but they don't have anything to do with what music is playing.
Right.
So I thought that was pretty cool. And I was very surprised by the Jackson song, because I heard his voice and I'm like, that sounds like Jackson Wang, but there's no way it is, right? So I stopped what I was doing.
Yeah, that's cool that they're also playing other K-pop groups, or just I mean, I don't think Jackson would be considered K-pop anymore, but still.
Yeah, I mean, he's definitely turning into more mainstream, but that's where he started from. So I just like hearing him doing the crossover stuff.
That's really cool. Okay, so still on Universe, the music video was released a couple days later on the 30th. And I guess I only watched this music video once. It's about space, and they're liberating, I think, aliens because they're not allowed to listen to music or something. I just remember the one meme of J-Hope flirting with an alien and everyone freaking out. And I thought it was the funniest thing ever. So all that good thing. I always see if they do something, that meme of the house and that I don't know if it's not a billboard, but it's a paper thing and it says "Welcome home, cheater." I always laugh so hard when I see that.
Oh my gosh.
I mean, it can be very funny. I'm not going to lie. But I was seeing a lot of that picture attached to the gift of him flirting with the alien. And I just thought it was the funniest thing in the world. To me.
Yeah. No, it's super funny, but at the same time, it's oh my gosh.
I know. All right, so let's get back to this. So on October 15th, In the Soup Season 2 was released, since the first one was so popular back in 2020. Due to COVID, it's basically a reality show where we watch them just do normal stuff in a mansion. Yeah. That's literally it.
Oh my gosh, yeah.
You just watch them just be normal.
Mm-hmm.
we say it out loud, it's kind of
yeah. It's a little weird.
Yeah. I'm trying to think of any American reality. I mean, we got American reality TV shows like that, like Jersey Shore, The Real World. So it's not really that weird.
I think it's funny though, because those shows, it's are made to cause drama.
That's true.
Have things going on, and sometimes there are challenges and whatnot. And I'm just over here watching Jin choke on a piece of mango.
I didn't get to watch season 2 yet. I just remember, I think there's a part where Jimin and J-Hope go somewhere, and Jimin scares the crap out of J-Hope because it's dark and it's at night and they're visiting an abandoned building, and he just starts you hear the bleeping every 5 seconds because he's so mad he couldn't control himself. He's I don't care if cameras are around him, you're getting cussed out for scaring me. And I don't blame him because I am a big fat chicken and I probably do the same thing. Mm-hmm. So where did I leave off? Okay, so we're almost done. So on November 7th, Jin released a song called Yours, which is Also an OST that's used for the main theme song of a Korean show called Jiri-san. And it went #1 on iTunes in 82 regions, including the US at the time of its release. I have not heard this song yet, and I keep forgetting to go look out for it. But I will listen to it. And then, of course, between November 27th and the 28th, December 1st and the 2nd is when BTS was able to hold their first in-person offline concert in 3 years that was called Permission to Dance on Stage in LA, California at SoFi Stadium in Inglewood. And I was one of the lucky ones that was able to go see them. Again, that I mentioned, me and Brianna have a whole almost 3-hour episode about the concert. So if you guys want to hear my tragic experience, you could go listen to it. The concert was great. It was just everything else, especially SoFi. Good luck to them tonight at the Super Bowl. I don't know how that's going, but at the time of this recording, the Super Bowl is happening today. So, and many celebrities attended this to go watch them, including having 2 special guest performances. So Megan performed the remix of Butter with them on the 28th, and then Chris Martin came out from Coldplay to do My Universe on December 2nd. So I was able to see them perform My Universe. You hear me crying a lot about missing Megan. Oh, I'm still so upset about that. To this day, I'm still like, I can't believe I missed my 2 favorites performing together. And let me not think about it. I'm gonna get sad. But also on the 2nd, we were able to celebrate Jin's birthday since it was going to be on the 4th, 2 days after, and he turned 29 or 30 in Korean age.
Wow.
And also on Jin's birthday, he released the very popular song Super Tuna.
I was wondering if you were going to talk about it.
Because I love that song to this day, and I really don't think he realized how much it was going to blow up.
Right.
Go stream some Super Tuna. Yes.
You can't see us while we're doing the dance.
But we are doing the dance.
Yeah.
It's the Baby Shark for adults, basically.
Right, basically.
It's basically the Baby Shark for adults. Okay, and I also had to write this down. I found the date. So on December 7th is when BTS all opened up their own personal Instagrams and made me actually use the app.
Broke the internet.
Jungkook with his ABCD.
He can't be normal. He has to be annoying.
I'm still not over that username. It's genius. But like, why is it so long? Why? Yeah, you could tell he's a Gen Z.
Yeah.
Only us would come up with a name like that.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so on December 10th, Juice WRLD label released a new album called Fighting Demons, and I only mention this because there's a song on there featuring Suga called Girl of My Dreams, and I actually really like that song. And if you're unfamiliar with Juice WRLD, he featured on a BTS OST All Night that they used for their BTS World game back in 2019 before he passed away. So be Juice WRLD, still rest in peace.
Mm-hmm.
On December 24th, V/Taeyang released an OST for the Korean drama, a Netflix original in the States called Our Beloved Summer. And the song is called Christmas Tree. It debuted 79 on the Billboard Hot 100 chart and #1 on the Billboard Digital Song Singles chart. And I think I found an article where he's the first Korean artist to achieve this. But again, don't quote me on this because I really don't know.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, on January 1st through the 24th, if you were like me and went through this tragic experience, BTS through the mobile app Weverse held, I don't know if this was like an event, but they held something called Artist Made Collection by BTS where I guess they must have been doing this for a while. They came out with merchandise that they were kind of involved in making their own. So I know, example, like Jin's was the first one to come out and he made like a neck pillow and some pajamas. Namjoon did sweatpants and a little like wind chime, which I thought was pretty cute. I tried to go for J-Hope's mini bag because I saw that and I was like, oh, that's so cute. And I shouldn't have because like I crushed my own dreams. When I tell you they went on sale on my time at 9 p.m. I refreshed at 8:59 and the thing said sold out. I was like, are you kidding me? Tragic.
Yeah, no, I tried to, and it was ridiculous.
What'd you try to go for?
Oh gosh, I'm blanking on what it was. It was a t-shirt, but I don't remember which one.
A t-shirt?
But I was on the website.
I don't think it even made t-shirts. Jungkook did hoodies, and Jimin also did a hoodie.
Some kind of piece of clothing. I don't remember.
Okay. Could have been one of their hoodies.
Yeah.
And like I saw V's bag, but I'm like, that's not a bag I would typically wear. But like I saw J-Hope's bag. I'm like, that is a bag like I would wear besides like my mini backpacks. Like I love mini crossbody bags like that. And I tried and I crushed. And they had like more pre-sales. And I was just like, no, I'm not going to. So I missed my chances on that. They're probably never going to come back. The people that got stuff, you're lucky. Don't let me see you because I might be tempted. I just might be tempted. But congratulations to everyone that did accomplish getting something.
Right.
All right. And then, so recently Hybe partnered up with the app Webtoons, which is just like a place. Well, now it's more international, but I guess it started in Korea where like they make a bunch of, digital web comics. But now they're releasing original comics that are related to BTS, TXT, and Hypen. So the one for BTS is called Seven Fate Chaco. The Webtoon summary that I got directly from Webtoon says, and the same thing. And the corrupt city of Shinshi, I can't pronounce these names. Zeha, which the design is based off Jungkook, suddenly wakes up in a hospital, unable to recall anything that happened after speaking with a mysterious man one night. He soon learns that strange beings called Bohm, which are basically like mystical tiger-like creatures, are wreaking havoc on the city. As destiny brings seven boys together, will they succeed in ending the fight once and for all? And the webcomic comes out every Saturday, and I wanted to put this little fact in because I was curious. So Chaco is actually derived from the word, I'm not going to pronounce this right, Chaco Gapsa, which was between the year 1392 and 1910 in the Jones Dynasty, which was basically a group of professional tiger hunters in 1421 by King Sejong, who was also the same king that invented the Korean alphabet Hangul. So I thought that was pretty cool. They had like real life tiger hunters because I guess back then, before, like modern times, tigers were killing a lot of people in Korea. So they had to.
Interesting.
Yeah. Right. A little history fact for all those, everyone out there who's not Korean. On February 4th this year, related to the webtoon, I think episode 4, the preview of the webcomic theme song was released, which is called Stay Alive, which is produced by Suga and vocalized by Jungkook. So just recently, on February 10th, the full version came out, which I know I've been reading this morning. It broke a lot of records. So which records? I didn't write down. There's too many, guys. I'm sorry. But just know it's breaking records. And as of today, real time, as we're recording on February 13th, I just said earlier that the Super Bowl is happening later tonight. So BTS will actually be in a commercial through Samsung that'll be shown during the Super Bowl. And I believe it's like an environmental awareness type commercial. I've seen clips of it on Twitter, but I haven't seen the whole thing. I know the whole thing is out already, so if I wanted to, I can look it up. I just know it's going to be played during the Super Bowl. So yeah. We won't get into that topic that we got into before we recorded of the whole debate. Oh, should BTS perform at the Super Bowl? I'm already going to tell you guys my opinion. No, I love them. If you're not from America and you don't know how football fans work or just sports fans in America in general, you really don't want them performing at the Super Bowl. I promise you. For their mental health, you do not want them performing at the Super Bowl. Mm-hmm. They don't need to also. They don't need to perform to prove their worth.
Right.
But it's just, let's just try to avoid it if we can. Continue selling out stadiums.
Right. Plus, depending on who you talk to, the real important part of the Super Bowl is the commercials. So they've made it.
Exactly. They're already in a commercial, so they just already made it. But I'm done with my stumbling That fairy vlog. Well, that was BTS, guys, and what they've done since we've last played the K-pop game. Now I'm going to let Macy talk so I could take a little break.
Right.
Hey guys, Simone here. Just popping in with some updates. I said I wasn't going to do this, but I feel like the update I'm about to give in just a few minutes is pretty relevant to this whole episode. So I thought I should just, pop in, give some new information, and just say hi. So my update is, of course, with BTS. A couple days after me and Macy finished recording this, they announced that they were going to have a live concert in Seoul for the first time in 2 years, 2 to 3 years. It's been a while, guys. It's been a while. But anyway, I'm so excited for them. I'm happy for Korean armies. Finally get to see them live. Really hope your ticketing process is better than America's. I'm not sure how it works, but good luck to everyone that's trying to get tickets. So the concert in Seoul is going to be happening in March on the 10th, 12th, and the 13th. On March 10th and the 13th, they're going to be having it, like I just said, in person and online. So I'm assuming kind of like what they did for LA, they'll stream it through Weverse, happening live. And then on March 12th, they're having a live viewing. So they're going to be streaming it live, but in other countries, it'll be movie theaters this time instead of on Weverse. So that's pretty exciting. I don't know if I'll be able to watch any of them. We'll see how my schedule works or if I just have the energy. But then after that, it was announced that they're going back to the US in April and having a concert in Vegas. They're going to become part of the Las Vegas residency. But sadly, it's only going to be for 4 days. Well, not sadly, that's still a lot of days. So it's going to be at the... I cannot pronounce the stadium. Alley Giant Stadium? Sure, let's go with that. On April 8th, 9th, 15th, and the 16th. And on April 16th, they're going to be streaming it online. And I also think... I don't know what day this is for, or it's for all the days, but I know they're going to also rent out the same arena that the Grammys is being held for the Las Vegas show. So that's pretty cool. I mean, again, y'all got to stop underestimating their power. So everyone trying to get tickets for the Las Vegas stop, good luck. Good luck. Hopefully it's not as traumatic as the one for SoFi. Definitely not going to be able to go to that one. I need to save up my money just in general. The West Coast is a little too expensive for me, but trust me, if they come over to the east side, whether it's Atlanta, New York, praying for Florida, even though I don't think that's going to happen, best believe I will find the money to go there. So I'm saving my money for the East Coast, but everyone else for the Seoul and Las Vegas, have fun. But yeah, that's what I really just want to pop in and say. Let's get back to this episode, shall we?
Okay, so GOT7 would be next, right? So you want me to do my GOT7 members first?
Correct. We did split up the GOT7 members because individually they've all done a lot so far. So Macy's going to go first with the members she did research on, and I'll do the members that I did research on.
Yeah. So as far as GOT7 as a whole, I just wanted to put this in here because if you didn't see it, there are clips of it on Twitter and stuff and Instagram. But they celebrated their 8th anniversary by getting on a video call with all of the members.
Oh yeah, I heard about that.
Yeah, even though they disbanded, they celebrated what would have been GOT7's 8th anniversary, so I thought that was pretty cool. But they haven't done anything as a group really since then. So I'm gonna go through the members, starting with JB. So the first thing he kind of did after they, I guess, disbanded would be he changed his stage name from literally the letters JB to JAY-B.
Yeah, I wonder if he did that. So, like, I don't know if JYP owns the name, maybe, like, the letters JB when he was in GOT7, so maybe that's why. Or he just wanted to be, like, even though it's still the same, but, like, I guess different identity as his own personal artist. I don't know, but...
I'm thinking maybe it's a combination of both.
Maybe.
If anything.
I just know they got the legal right for GOT7, though, I think, right? So if they all do come together, they can sell...
Yeah, technically they can use it if they want to.
Right.
So, I don't think he legally had to change it. I think it was more so just wanting to be his own person. New
chapter, yeah.
Yeah, new fresh start. And then... he officially signed under Higher Music May 11th of 2021. And then he's been very busy, like writing all kinds of songs on his like YouTube channel. He released, I guess first Nostalgia dropped on December 27th, 2021. And there's 2 songs on that, Nostalgia, and then Solo featuring Junie and Lullaboy. Which they're pretty good if you haven't heard them. And then after that, he released the Death episode 1 called Love on January 26th. But you can listen to that. He's got there's 5 volumes of it on YouTube. If you go on his channel, you can listen to all of it, either together or the songs individually. And then he's also got some visualizers that you can watch on there, which are just very, very simple videos that go with the I feel like the album is very relaxing. And I wrote down, let's see, the 2 of the visuals I just watched that I really like are Again, featuring Leon, that was released February 11th. And then I Just Want to Know, which was 3 days ago. I really liked those 2, so I wanted to shout those ones out. But he's been pretty active. He opened his own Instagram account. He's been pretty active on that.
Yes, he has.
He's been doing a little bit of modeling, but I didn't write down any of the companies because it's kind of far in between. But other than that, that's pretty much what he's been doing. He's obviously been focusing on writing his own music, and he's got a very distinct vibe, which I appreciate. Very relaxing.
Before you move on from JB, have you seen on YouTube when he does the reading of the thirst traps?
Yeah.
It's very funny because he tries to keep it so PG and he can't. I thought it was cute. I didn't know if you watched that or not.
I don't think I've watched the actual YouTube video, but I've seen specific tweets on TikTok of him reading them. So I'll have to watch the whole full thing. Okay, so next up I did Jackson.
And he's also been very busy.
He's been very busy, yeah. I wrote down, let's see. So Drive You Home was released on July 28th, 2021. That music video makes me want to cry.
I don't know if I've seen that. No offense. I've kind of,
if you haven't seen it, but
with Jackson stuff, I think the last thing I saw was Let Me Love You.
So this one comes right after that.
Okay, so no, I have not seen it.
And I won't spoil it, but you should watch it.
Is it part of his little 90s
sure
Hong
the actress
Kong?
That's in it is the same one.
Okay, so he's also building a universe here, is he?
Yeah. No, it's so Jackson, besides being a great vocalist, he shows off his great vocalism, he shows off his really good dance skills, and he shows off his acting skills in this. You should watch it.
Okay.
It's too real. He's too real. He's too good at it.
I'm not going to get sad, am I?
This is not you might. I was sad.
I was shocked with the Let Me Loving You music video. I wasn't sad, but I was shocked. Oh my God, it's all in his head. So that already shows me how good of an actor he is.
Right. I don't want to spoil it if you haven't seen it.
Okay, just continue.
Unless you want me to.
Do you want to spoil it for the audience or for me? I don't really care, but for the audience.
Basically, they get in a car accident and she dies. But he's going throughout his day and you see him all cut up and you don't really know why. And he's walking through traffic, spitting out blood and getting into bar fights and just walking around aimlessly. And then it flashes to them before this has happened, and they're like dancing together and having a great time and being in love, and then it ends with them like crashing. So, but
Hank.
yeah. So, and him like holding her like on the ground, like basically worse than like, well, not, I won't say worse than the Lion King death, where he's like nudging him on the ground.
Macy, nothing will be worse than the Lion King.
Yeah, nothing will be worse. But just the you know, when you like that scene of him like holding her and she's like obviously gone, which is jeez. So anyway, if you want to cry, watch that music video. And then he released a song literally called Jackson Wang on January 11th of 2020. And he describes in his Instagram post that it's a song about him with no filter. And I highly suggest you go look up the lyrical translation to that song.
Is it in Mandarin?
Yes.
Okay.
So it's basically his story, like talking about how he packed all his stuff up and left home to pursue music, and how like the lady on the corner store gave him free food because she could tell that he was struggling, and then till he makes it at the end, you know? So yeah. I thought it was really cool. And of course, he's also just being a fashion designer in general. His clothing line is popping off, and he's very active on Instagram and social media. So that's all I really have for him. But the Jackson Wang song was his latest release. He has not put out any other music related things.
Okay.
So next we have Young Jae. So he seems to be focusing on acting. He I don't know which one came first. He signed under Sublime, and he did release an album called Colors on October 5th, 2021. But he was also in the show So Not Worth It. So I don't know if the show came first or I didn't write the date for the show.
I think the show came first, because I talked about that in the, I think our 1 year anniversary, because I watched it. So I think the show came out, and then his mini album, was it called Colors?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, Colors.
And the title track's called Vibe, right? I did watch that. That was really cute.
Yeah, I know. I really like that album. But he seems to be, I'm thinking he seems to be focusing more on acting.
Like I didn't think so. Or I didn't think he would go that route.
I think he's going to. If I had to predict, I think he's going to. Because he's technically under Sublime, he's signed as an actor.
Oh.
So I don't remember. I'm forgetting who produced Colors. I'll have to go back and look on Apple Music. Because I think it's a different company that actually is on that. So
it's not under Sublime? Or is that what it's called? Sublime?
Sublime.
I said Sublime.
If you want to check real quick. I don't.
Isn't he also going to be in another show?
Yes. So I don't know why I didn't write that down. And that's why I was thinking he was going to focus more on acting, because I think he's already going to be in another one. And I, for whatever reason, don't have that written down.
It says it's under Sublime Artist Agency.
Okay. It does? All right.
Yeah, it's just because that agency is under Kakao Entertainment, which is already big enough. So it's probably like a subsidiary of Kakao. Or Keiko, however you say it. I don't know.
Not anywho. So that's Colors is the only music he's released. And then, so he's been acting, and hopefully we'll see him in something other than that soon.
Well, I'm also just on Apple Music because I had to look that up, and it looks like he released a song called Walk With Me in December 15th.
I have not heard that then.
I haven't heard it either. I just happened because that's what I went on to look up who distribute Colors. So yeah, new song, Walk With Me, that came out in December, 2 months ago.
I'll have to listen to that because I have no idea. Unless I listen to it and I'm forgetting, but
I don't know.
Okay. Well, anyway, my last member is Jin Young, and he's definitely focused on acting.
Yes,
I think.
Which I think we all knew anyway.
Yeah, he's been in a couple things, but since we talked about him, he signed under BH Entertainment, and he has a pretty big. He's one of the main characters in the show The Devil Judge, which I've seen a lot of clips from, but I haven't actually watched. And then he had a small part in Yumi Cells,
which I still need to watch.
Right? Yeah, I need to watch that one too. Those are the newer things he's been in. Of course, he was in Psychomatic and some other little things, but those are the two main ones. And I think that he... oh gosh, why didn't I write it down? He's soon he's going to have another leading role, but I don't know what for. But yeah, there's like rumors of him being like the main actor in something soon. So, and then he only has, as far as I know, he only has one song, which was Dive, and that was released July 29th of 2021, which is very good if you haven't heard it. But yeah, that's pretty much it.
I'm not sure if I have heard it.
It's really good. I like it a lot.
Okay, so let me do the other. I guess it's not half because there's 7 of them, so you can't really divide it up equally. I'm going to do the rest of the members of GOT7. So I will start with Mark. So after GOT7 officially ended their contract with JYP, Mark moved back to LA to be with his family, because I don't know how long he's actually seen them when he was in GOT7. I just know it's been a while. So obviously he had to move to Korea even before they debuted for like, you know, training and all that when he was a trainee. Yeah. So right now he's back in America in LA. On January 11th of 2021. See, I wrote down he opened up his YouTube account there, but did he already have the YouTube account, or that's when he opened it?
I think that's when he opened it.
That is when he opened it?
I remember us talking about, he has a YouTube channel now.
Okay.
So.
Because the dates were confusing me on there, unless they were backwards. Because, you know, America's the only one where we do month, day, and year. And other countries do day, month, and year. So maybe I was reading it that way, and I thought the year was different. I don't know. Anyway, currently when I looked this up, it had 2.9 million subscribers. I'm not sure if it went up since I last looked at it. On February 12th, he released a song called 1 in a Million with Bangladesh American artist Sanjoy. I have not heard that song, so I remember when it was released, but I haven't heard the song. So, on April 29th, Mark signed with Creative Artists Agency, which is an American talent agency. He also found Mark Tuan Studios so he can start releasing music in the Chinese entertainment market. So I guess he's going to start trying to break into that market, which if he can, there's a lot of money in the Chinese entertainment market. So I hear from like idols that are like from China and they go back like after their group disband or something and they're like super popular over there. So on November 12th, he released another single and a music video for his song called Last Breath. And I did watch that. I think that's the one where he's like going back and forth from like bar to driving in the desert. Yes. Sure. And then recently on January 21st, I have not heard this yet, but he released a single and video called My Life. And I think they're just singles. So it's also rumored that he is currently working on an album. So look out for a Mark Tuan album. And then next we have Bam Bam, who I feel like has been just as active as like JB and Jackson, which I'm actually surprised. But good for him. So on March 5th, it was announced that Bam Bam signed with Korean entertainment label Abyss Company. On June 15th, he made his solo debut in Korea with the EP Ribbon. And if you guys notice, the B's in Ribbon are capitalized on purpose. That stands for Bam Bam, or like double B, which he used to shout and before his verses in GOT7. So it's like his little rapper or just artist in general signature. Like everyone, not everyone, but a lot of artists has that. Like Suga's is Suga. And like Gray, like I like Korean producer Gray. Like if you hear Gray, it's going to be a great song. Just to let you know. I can't think of anyone else, but just those two I hear the most. It has 6 songs on the EP. And the lead single, like I just said, was also called Ribbon. And it has a music video. I didn't know he was friends with Murder Beats, who I guess helped him with the EP. And I didn't realize how many songs Murder Beats has produced. Like, American-wise. I didn't realize his tagline, like, Have Mercy, that's the first thing you hear by Chloe Bailey. And an Ariana Grande song. Is it Motive? I think so, that she does with Doja Cat. But anyway, those are just, like, some examples. Because apparently they're really good friends. On December 28th, he pre-released a single called Who Are You featuring Sogi from K-pop girl group Red Velvet. The song Who Are You is on his second EP titled B, which was just released on January 8th with the lead single Slow Mo, which I know he's produced or he is promoting, or he might have just stopped promoting it maybe. I just remember seeing a bunch of again, TikTok challenges with the dance. I heard Slow Mo, but I haven't heard the mini album B like I did Ribbon, so I'm not sure how it sounds. Apparently it's a lot different than Ribbon. Like it's a lot more, I guess, on the chiller vibes, which I'm also surprised that Bam Bam has produced. But hey, you never know. Sometimes they say their true, I guess, artist-wise personality comes out after being in a group. So maybe this is music he's always wanted to make. Who knows? But Bam Bam has been very, very busy. So that's where we leave off with him so far. And then last but not least, certainly not least, we have Yu-Gi-Oh!, which he has been active, but kind of on the quieter side as well, I feel like. So since we last played the game on February 19th of 2021, it was announced that he was signed with record label AOMG. And I believe I read somewhere, I don't remember the article, that he's the first artist that used to be a K-pop idol that signed under that label, even though the person who is in charge of that will not anymore. I don't know what's going on with him. I'm not saying his name though, because I'm tired of, yes. He used to be a K-pop idol. Y'all know who I'm talking about, but that company mostly signs Korean hip hop and R&B artists. So Yu-Gi-Oh's the first one, besides the, I guess, former CEO from a K-pop background. Because apparently he's trying to debut a K-pop group. Not Yu-Gi-Oh, but the man who shall not be named. And we're not getting into that. It's not about him. Anyway, Yu-Gi-Oh. And so he's technically also label mates with JB. So I'm sure he sees JB a lot because Higher Music and AOMG are are they brother I guess since they're all bros, they're brother companies. Yeah. I was going to say sister companies, but I'm they're bros.
Technically that's the right term, but they're all bros, so
yes. On June 17th, Yu-Gi-Oh! Released his mini album Point of View U, which is my favorite, I'll have to say, out of all of them. The song I'm mostly obsessed with was the lead song, I Want You Around, featuring Davida. And there's a music video for that song I just mentioned, Love the Way, and All Your Fault, featuring Gray. And that's pretty much it, music-wise, from Yu-Gi-Oh! I mean, sometimes he pops up on Instagram. I'd be seeing him dancing in the studio.
Yeah.
That man is so fine. Yu-Gi-Oh! He's so tall. And recently, I think a couple days ago, I didn't write down the exact date, but it's announced he's going on a miniature tour. I put tour in quotations because it's 3 days. He's going on a tour in Germany called Yu-Gi-Oh! Meets Germany, where he'll be visiting 3 cities on May 5th, 7th, and 8th. And we'll see how that goes because, we're still going through COVID. So I'm not sure how European COVID, is going, the laws. I don't know how COVID's going over Europe. So I'm not sure if this is going to get postponed or not. But we have until May. What is 3 months away? Yeah. I should know this. May, that's when I'll be turning the big 25.
A couple months for me and I don't feel any different, so I
probably won't either, but it's just the mental thing. I still don't feel I don't even feel like I'm 24. I still feel like I'm 16.
Yeah, pretty much.
So yeah, 25, guys. But that's it for Yu-Gi-Oh! So hopefully it goes well. I'm not sure if it's a concert or just a fan meetup or if it's going to be with other people. But look out for Yu-Gi-Oh! Meets Germany.
Lucky Germany.
Right? Can you do a Yu-Gi-Oh! Meets Florida?
Right? Just
please.
Florida. We don't get anything good. Come on.
I'm so upset that I have to miss One Us in a couple weeks. If I didn't start my new job, I'd be there in a heartbeat, but I can't go see them because they'll be in Orlando on the 22nd. probably either around the time this episode comes out or after. But I'm missing Wanna's, and I already missed
At least we get to go
Ateez.
see Eric Nam. That'll be fun.
Yeah, that will be fun.
I'm looking forward to it.
I am too. Hopefully, we'll do an episode on that. I'm not sure if it'll be like concert and the game, because I know we wanted to play the game with him also, or if it'll just be talk about the concert. And we'll get Bran on that as well, because she's also going to be there. So, see, he seems to be having a fun time for what I can see from the pictures.
Funny. Anytime I see him talking about anything, oh my gosh. Because I see clips of him at his concerts all the time on TikTok. He's basically, it's basically a stand-up comedian that also sings.
Pretty much. That's pretty much what an Eric Nam concert is. It's basically you're just going there for a stand-up comedian who occasionally dances and sings like every like 10 or 15 minutes.
Yeah. No, I'm really looking forward to it.
Okay, but that is all the members of GOT7.
Yay.
Am I going again?
What's next?
Ateez?
I guess, if you want to go in order.
Can I get a break? Can you go next? What is our next group? I mean, besides Ateez. Yes, do card and then I'll do Ateez. We're gonna go a little out of order here. I need a break.
So I guess I'll start with BM because he's been doing the most. He's only really released one song, which was Lie/Lost in Euphoria. I guess you could call it either one, which was released January 28th, 2022. I am in love with that song.
I like that song. You know, it's not his original song, but he is also, I found out on a feature on an artist named, Woo Young, I think.
That's what I'm doing next.
Oh,
Stop it.
Okay. Sorry. Because I thought that song came out before. I'm actually, I think so.
I don't have the date for it, but it's California West Side by
Yes, and I've actually been obsessed with that song. Even though I feel like my short time in California, there's some lies in that song. Like how they talk about they're going to be up all night. I'm like, excuse me, I went to the Santa Monica Pier and they close at 6 p.m. So what are you talking? Where in LA or like just California in general are they up all night that I missed? What pier? What amusement park closes at 6 o'clock?
That's crazy. Is that it? That might be a new thing because of COVID. But
I don't know.
They don't have enough people to run it.
Maybe because we got there and like we got some like funnel cake first, and then we were getting ready to just walk around or like maybe ride rides, and all of a sudden we saw people leaving and the lights went out, and we're like, wait, it's 6:30. Are they closed already? Mm-hmm. Other than that, I still love the song.
Yeah, no, I really like, I've listened to, obviously I was looking for BM related content and I came across that and I took a little deep dive into Woosung and he's a really good artist.
Woosung. What did I say? I said Woo Young, didn't I? I'm so sorry.
Probably.
No, you're probably right. He's also going to... Listen, and he is going to be an opening act for Epic High, who's also coming to Orlando that I can't go see because of my new job. They're going to be here after Eric. I think it's just too close because for Eric, we're seeing him on the 8th of March, and then they're going to be here on the 22nd. And I can't go. I'm so sad.
Yeah. No, I would put Woosung in like slightly more like Americanized music.
Yeah, because him and BM are both from obviously California. That's why they made a song about California.
Yeah. Exactly. So
I was listening to another K-pop podcast that I listened to, and they reviewed the song. And I think they're both like really good friends. Like they moved to Korea and lived together for a while when BM was a trainee for Card.
Right. But that's pretty much it as far as music, unless I'm missing something.
Did you write anything outside of the music? I know he's been doing a lot of stuff in fashion.
He's recently became a rep for Hugo Clothing, which I don't know if you know anything about them. I tried to find some stuff. I looked on their website. I like their stuff. And it's like their tagline is like, "There's no right answer, just do what you do," or something like that. So they're just a positive company. And then he is just, he's basically a TikToker now. Like, that's all he does.
He also opened up his own personal Twitter that I followed.
I don't think I follow that yet. I need to. Well, I'm just not on Twitter at all.
Yeah, you're not on Twitter, so.
So I follow him mostly on TikTok, and he just dances and talks about random stuff. He's a rambler. He just likes to ramble about stuff.
He's still talking about big titties, or is he over that?
No, I don't think so. It's kind of. I think he's trying to get away from that, but it's, that's a core memory of mine for him.
It's kind of hard to get away from something like that, especially. I was just curious.
Yeah, no, I don't think so, but I don't know if he's been doing any new podcast related things, because I knew he used to be on a couple different things, but I don't know of anything new.
He used to be on Get Real, but when we did the card episode, he wasn't doing it anymore because he released his songs that we reviewed. Yeah. So I'm not sure about that.
I would expect more music from him, but I don't know if he'll go back to doing that stuff. Yeah, but that's pretty much it for BM, unless you have anything else.
Not that I know of.
Okay. And then, of course, JSF is still in the military, so he has not done anything. I think he comes back in October, if I'm not
heard
mistaken.
He might get early released as well.
Okay, so he'll be back soon, but he's not doing anything currently, so once he gets back, it'll probably be a little bit of time before he is in stuff. Card hasn't done anything as a group, but the girls they're very active on YouTube. A couple days ago, I think it was Simone released a lookbook on YouTube. You can watch it. There's also the pictures of it on her Instagram. They both seem to be really into fashion. I don't have any specific labels that they've been repping, but they're both just kind of almost doing, it looks like they're doing their own stuff. Not making it, but they're just really into putting together outfits and taking really nice pictures and putting them on their YouTube channels and their Instagrams. So that's pretty much all they've been doing. Nothing music wise. Just their YouTube channel is pretty active though. So if you want to see them interact with each other, you can go watch their stuff.
Okay. Do they have a YouTube channel together, or they're just in each other's YouTube videos a lot?
No, it's like Card's YouTube channel.
Oh, okay. I thought it was their own personal ones.
So if you it's got all the official music on it too. So if you go to Card's YouTube channel, they have the behind the scenes of the lookbooks and stuff like that. So, okay. But that was I think that was only a couple days ago, if not a couple weeks ago. But it's pretty recent. I think it's only a couple days. I didn't write the date down for that, which I'm learning that I'm bad about writing dates down.
I just wanted to be more, I guess, an overachiever, so that's why I wrote the dates down, basically.
Yeah. I have the dates for all the music stuff, but I don't know what date each YouTube video came out on. So, but that's it for them. They haven't done anything they interact with each other on the YouTube channel, but no formal YouTube music project for the group Card.
I know you're not into this that much, but I heard that the company that they are under it's DSP, right? DSP Media that they're under.
I think so.
It just got technically bought out by the company RBW, and if you haven't heard RBW, that is the company that Want Us and Mamamoo are under. So now they're a subsidiary. Why can't I say this word? You know what word I'm trying to say? They're under RBW. So I'm not sure when Card comes back if that's going to make any changes now or not. Hopefully it doesn't, but...
Yeah, I feel as a group they've been kind of waiting for JSF to get back.
I'm sure they have,
really haven't done anything without him, which I don't mind. But...
Tons of groups do that, especially boy groups, when a member goes off and do their service.
There's only 4 of them, too. He's a big part of it. So,
and I don't know. I don't think BM has to go to the Korean military. I don't know how that works.
No, because he was born in America, right? So
right, but I thought if I don't know if he has an official Korean citizenship there, because I thought if someone who moves to Korea and if they get a Korean citizenship there, and if he's a male and able-bodied, he can still be considered, I don't know how they do the military there, draft
I would say that if he has anything, he has a dual citizenship, but I don't think he would give up his...
American one.
American.
Right. I don't know. That's like, I feel like too political, so I'm not sure. And I don't know if he even has citizenship or if he's on like a working visa. Because you can have working visas and just renew them for too long.
I find it hard to believe that he would give up his American one, though, on some level.
You have to give up your American one, though?
Well,
in order to serve
you can be dual. I think you can have dual citizenship, but I don't really know how that works.
I don't know how that works either.
But if you're dual, I don't know if you would fall under like which rules. Would you still have to go, or would you? So I don't know.
Right.
He hasn't made any mention of going. So
no,
as far as I know.
I was just curious, and I was always curious about that when it came to like foreign idols.
Like Mark doesn't have to go, but I don't know his citizenship status.
Are you talking about Mark from GOT7 or Mark from NCT? Because Mark from GOT7 is not in Korea anymore.
Well, not anymore, but he wouldn't have. He never got citizenship over there, right?
I don't know, but I don't think
he was there for years.
When he was right, but when he was in GOT7, he never reached to the age when the group was active to be called, right?
How old is he? I'm forgetting how old he is.
You're asking the wrong person.
It doesn't really matter.
It doesn't matter. We're getting off topic. I was just curious. I was just thinking, well, like how I mentioned Mark from like NCT or like
he
Johnny.
Doesn't need to go. Because I think he would have gone already.
That's true. Because now I'm also thinking of maybe like Peniel from B2B. Yeah. And he's definitely past the age of going. All his group members are coming back. Yeah, he's a better example. Yeah. I don't know. Anyway, let's move on. Let's get to Ateez. Even though we did Ateez before Card, but like I said, I needed a break. So last time we talked about Ateez, their last album that was released at that time was Zero Fever Part 2, which came out March 1st. After the game, we briefly mentioned the show because it was announced during the time we played the game, but Ateez participated in Kingdom, Legendary Wars, which was produced by the company Mnet. It's basically a spinoff from Queendom, which Queendom is coming back for a season 2, which was announced. They haven't announced like the contestants yet, but it is coming back. Where 6 contestants competed. So besides Ateez, the other competitors were Stray Kids, The Boys, SF9, iKON, and B2B. And throughout the show, I will go and spoil it. Ateez placed 3rd overall. Stray Kids won. I don't remember who was second. I think The Boys was second.
I think it was The Boys, yeah.
Yeah, I think it was Stray Kids, The Boys, Ateez, B2B, iKON, and then SF9. If I'm remembering correctly. Right. So on March 24th, they released a Japanese mini album called A to Z, which is basically Japanese remixes of their songs with 2 original Japanese songs called Better and Still Here, which Better already came out earlier than that because I have that song Better from another like compilation of remixes that they did. I don't know. But yeah, I guess they just re-released it again. July 14th, Hyungjung and Yuno from Ateez collaborated with Rain, Monsta X's I Am. God, I can't pronounce this word or this name. I'm sorry. It's in someone else from Monsta X. Youngwon? Sure. Sorry. And Shonu. And 2 from Brave Girls, Yoojong and Yuna, for a song called Summer Taste, which was basically a promotional song and commercial for Pepsi for 2021 Pepsi Taste of Korea campaign. And Hyungjung is credited as being one of the lyricists, as well as I Am from Monsta X and someone named Aiming. It's Aiming. I don't know how to pronounce it. But yes, our dear leader from Ateez is credited as one of the lyricists for this promotional song. So good for him. On July 19th is when Mingi officially was able to rejoin the group again because he was gone for about 8 months. I didn't realize it was that long. He was on this hiatus for his mental health. And I think also probably physical as well. Because I know Mingi gets a lot of issues on his back a lot. Yeah. So I think he was out for both of them, but it was mostly for his mental health, I remember. So on July 28th, Ateez put out another Japanese release, an EP called Dreamers with 2 songs called Dreamers and Blue Summer. And if you look at the promotion, so like Fever Part 2, A to Z, and the one I just mentioned, Dreamers, I'm pretty sure were all done when Mingi was on his hiatus. So like promotional pictures and like in the physical albums, he's not in it, but I'm sure just like what they did with Part 2, his like voice is in the songs. Right. So he still participated in that sense. But as far as like when they were promoting and promotional videos and pictures, he's not in it. So on August 16th, Ateez released, so they call it a single, but like it's like with the BM thing, it's called single, but it has 3 songs on it. Again, this is my whole thing with like, what is an album? What is a mini album?
So it's confusing for no reason.
It really is. Just call it what. Anyway, it's called Season Songs with Kim Jong-kook. And Kim Jong-kook used to be in a duo called Turbo back in 1995. So he is considered being in like first generation of K-pop, like early on when it was like just developing. Probably didn't really have the name K-pop and all that. And he can be seen nowadays in a lot of Korean variety, including the famous show Running Man. So he's that really like big muscular guy that's on Running Man.
Oh, okay. I know who you're talking about. I really want to watch that show because I see clips from it like all the time on TikTok, and I'm like, it looks so funny.
I saw the one when I was first getting into BTS, they were on that show. So I watched that episode that they were on. Because I don't know if it's still on Netflix or not, but Running Man used to be on Netflix, and that's how I found the... Is it on Viki?
I'm pretty sure it is, because that's where I think I saw it, and I was like, oh, I should watch that.
I watched the episode that BTS was on back in 2017.
That's on YouTube, because I've seen it too.
I watched it through Netflix, so...
Okay.
Yes. But he is on that. He's very big. He's very muscular. Very fine. He is. He's very attractive. And I guess he actually still makes music today as a soloist. So, because he's actually a very good singer. So, like I said, the season songs consist of 3 singles called Be My Lover, White Love, and The Black Cat Nero. And the Black Cat Nero actually came out back in October of 2020 as a Halloween performance video that Ateez did with him, because it's a Turbo song from 1995, which is actually a remake of a 1969 Italian children's song that gained international fame when they remade it in Japanese. So that song has some history.
A remake upon a remake.
The song has some history there.
Kind of like what BTS's Come Back Home. That was like a remake of a remake, wasn't it?
Is Come Back Home from So Taiji and the Boys a remake?
I thought it was remade twice, but I could be wrong.
I know the BTS version is a remake of So Taiji and the Boys, but I don't know if So Taiji and the Boys Come Back Home is a remake of another. God, this is too... Everything is just a remake nowadays. Actually, it's always been. Everything's just
one more.
I don't know.
Or it's another one that I'm just mistaking.
That I'm unaware of. But everything nowadays basically just know it's probably remade from something. To be honest. And besides that, there is a music video for Be My Lover, which if you try to look it up on YouTube, I don't know if you type in Be My Lover, it'll come up because it's under the Korean name. I forgot to write it down. Hang on.
I can look it up real quick.
It is under the Korean name Bata Boryo Kale, which I don't know how they got Be My Lover from that, because isn't that Let's Go to the Sea? Or like, Shall We Go to the Sea?
Yeah. It does come up when you type that in, Be My Lover on YouTube. So
maybe that has some type of...
It's not the first one, though. It's like the third one down.
Right. Maybe that has some like connotation of like romance and going to the sea that I'm just unaware of. Who knows? You know, with me and romance. Anyway. But also back to the Black Cat Netto real quick, because the reason they made that collaboration music video like for Halloween is because they performed that song on a I think it's a rookie show, Immortal Songs 2 back in 2020.
Yeah, if you haven't seen that performance,
I've seen the performance. I just didn't know what show that was part of. And Kim Jong-kook was a judge there. So I think they also won that show.
Yeah, the costuming and the dancing and
I like the performance music video they made of it that came out on Halloween that year. Yeah. It's really good. So Ateez are just performers, man. I'm still sad I wasn't able to go see them.
Oh.
Money and new job. I'm just gonna blame it on my new job. I hope they do. Brianna's lucky. She got to go see them. Right? All right, so on September 13th is when they released Zero Fever Part 3 with all 8 members. And they did the same thing as Fever Part 1 and Treasure Episode 3, where they had fans choose the title track between Eternal Sunshine and Deja Vu. And Deja Vu ended up winning and becoming the title track. And then they ended up releasing a music video also for Eternal Sunshine a month later on October 3rd. But I really like Deja Vu. I actually don't really listen to that mini album as much as their others. I really only listen to Deja Vu, if I'm being completely honest.
I agree with you. I was just going to say Deja Vu, I would put it in my top 3 Ateez songs. I really like it.
It's a good, and it's different.
When it came out, I really liked it, but then recently, like in the last month, I've been listening to it a lot. So, and watching the dance is great, and the music video is great.
The little hip thing they do during that. Ateez is known for one thing. It's their hip thrust.
Son is just giving me everything in that music video.
Don't talk about Son. Don't. That man is a menace. The reason I really got into Ateez was because of him, and I guess he's bringing me back, like remembering why I got into them because of him, and he's just been, he's been killing me lately. That man. Okay, moving on. On November 14th, they held an online concert called Ateez XR Show Fever Extended Edition to celebrate their fan club's 3rd anniversary. I had no idea where you could have watched this, and I don't know if this was on VLive or not, but I obviously didn't watch it. I don't know if you also had to pay to watch this or not, for if it was free. On December 10th, they released Zero Fever Epilogue, so I'm assuming the Fever trilogy, is this considered a trilogy? The Fever series is over. With the title track, the real Hyung version, which I mentioned briefly because I was in one of my replays in like the top 20. This song was also, I don't know if this was created for Kingdom or they just performed it on Kingdom. Was this created for?
No. I don't think it was, because I was actually just on Apple Music.
Well, they performed it on Kingdom though.
Oh yeah, they did.
And I really like that stage concept they did on the show with this song.
Yeah, it's on the album, but then they have, like, if you go on Apple Music, they have the real, like, with the Kingdom logo on it too. So I don't know. I think from what I understand, they like kind of like not remixed it, but like reworked it slightly to put it on the show. But I don't think it was created for, because Stray Kids did the same thing with Wolf. They kind of like reworked it, remixed it a little bit for the show, but that was a song already. So I don't think
you're not talking about XO's Wolf, are you? I didn't watch the show, so
Wolfgang.
Okay, Wolf started playing in my head, and I was debating if I wanted to sing it or not, and I'm not going to. A lot of people, like real EXO fans, hate that song, but like I really like that song, and I don't understand the hate against. It's one of those songs where it's like it's cringy, but like it's the fun cringy where like I actually really like listening to it, and those iconic parts I like doing. Anyway, I must be the only person in the world that likes it.
Yeah, so I don't quote me on it, but I don't think they created it for the show.
Okay, well that would make more sense. And in that same album, before the album was released and before the song The Real came out, they pre-released a music video and a song called Turbulence, which is like kind of a different vibe, so it's more slowed down for them singing and everything.
Yeah, in your feels kind of song.
Yes. And so on the album itself, it has 4 original songs, 2 Japanese songs that they made Korean versions for, and a remix for Wave, Wonderland, and Answer that were also performed on Kingdom, because they kind of have like, what's the vibe that those remixes give? I was going to say like Beethoven type.
Pirate?
Sure. Okay.
Pirates of the Caribbean.
Okay. Let's go with that.
Yeah, and they use some classical music too.
Yeah. And the remixes. So of January of this year, they went on their tour called The Fellowship, Map to Treasure, that was postponed back in 2020 due to COVID. So the tour started January 7th, 8th, and 9th in Seoul at the Olympic Hall. And then they visited Chicago, Atlanta, Newark, Dallas, and LA. And it just ended in LA on the 30th. And I could not go to any of those shows, sadly. Because I remember in our Ateez episode, I was like, oh, if they go to Atlanta, I'm going. And you know what? Real life happens, guys. So maybe next time.
Yeah, right. Before we move on from Deja Vu, I wanted to say something else. I saw a clip of Minhyuk from B2B watching it on V-Live. And it was really cute. He's like, my little brothers, they're so good. Because, you know, that crossover happened when they were on the show. They got to know each other. I thought that was really cute.
That is cute. Being all supportive.
It's like, how are they so good? He said it multiple times.
You know what? And that's a question we all ask, but like we question it and then we don't question it. Because they're all hardworking and talented. And that's why they're so good. So they were also supposed to have a European part of the tour, but see, I don't know if the European part got canceled or is just postponed because of COVID, because even with the tour they just got done doing, I think they canceled it and then resold the tickets, because I'm not sure if they changed venues or not, but I do know like you had to rebuy. So if you had a ticket for the 2020 tour, you couldn't reuse it because it became invalid. Kind of like with the Map of the Soul, but like that's kind of different because they were supposed to go on like 11 stops and they went to 4 in one location. And this was a whole new tour. So I don't know why those people couldn't keep their tickets, because I think they were still in the same original cities. But like I said, I don't know if they changed venues or not. So there is that. And also just recently on February 8th, Ateez was invited to the Grammy Museum, and I don't really know what they do at the Grammy Museum. I mean, I know they have like a little sit down where they interviewed Ateez and they invited some fans, and I remember reading online how that was a little problematic because some people treated it like as a concert and not like a formal type thing that it's supposed to be. So yeah, and I'm sure they performed a little as well. And I think to this date, they're still in LA. So I don't think they went back to Korea yet. I think they're still in A, probably maybe preparing more music. I don't know. I think I heard they're like studying more. So like just using rental spaces and like studios, practicing, going to dance studios they have over there, all that good stuff. I do kind of feel a little bad for them for this tour, because I remember when I was keeping up with it a little bit, I think as far as the fan meets, not every member was able to be at every one because one of them at least got like kind of hurt. So they had to make sure they were okay for like the actual concert. So I hope when they go back home, they can rest, because Ateez is also another group that's kind of like, I feel like they don't get breaks. Like their comebacks are very close to each other. So I hope they're okay, physically and mentally. You guys deserve rest. I say that for all my groups I love. Like, I love the content you put out, but you also deserve rest. We want you to be, yes, like of able mind and okay. I forgot to mention this for the BTS one real quick. I forgot to mention the member. I didn't want to. I didn't know if I should, but it was still relevant. Like, after the concert, RM, Jin, and Suga did get COVID. They're okay, though. And then poor Jimin, like, recently, he's resting now. Not only did this man get COVID, but he also had an acute appendicitis.
Yeah.
Like, he went to the hospital because he was having stomach pains and his throat was sore. And he gets there and they're like, oh, so not only did you test positive for COVID, but you also have appendicitis. So we need to, like, kind of do surgery on you right now to make sure you don't die.
Oh, gosh.
But he's okay now. He's resting. Thank God. But, like, can you just, double whammy there?
Right.
So sad. I think some members of Ateez also got COVID, but that was a while ago, so they're all good now. A lot of people have been catching COVID again lately, so it's not. It's getting that the guy I mentioned earlier that they did the collab with, the Kim Jong-kook, he just recently got announced that he tested positive. So
I mean, it makes sense because they're going out more and touring and interacting with people, so makes sense.
All right, but that's enough on Ateez.
Okay, you want to do Blackpink next?
Yeah. This one should be
pretty quick.
Short. Yeah.
I wrote down some stuff. So,
okay.
First of all, I'm going to go by member again because Blackpink as a group has not released any music. So Miss Rose, happy birthday to Miss Rose. Her birthday is February 11th, 1997.
Joining the club of being 25.
Yeah, we're the same age. And for her birthday, she released some covers on her YouTube channel. So they're live studio covers. So no background, no editing. It's raw vocals in the studio. She covered Viva La Vida by Coldplay, December by Deep Neck, and Don't Look Back in Anger by Oasis. So if you have any interest, they were like literally she did them all on her birthday. So they're on her YouTube channel, and it's a good way to hear her raw voice if you're into that. She does a pretty good job.
I mean, she's a good singer.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. No, she's really good. I especially liked the Coldplay song out of the three. And she's done some other little covers on her YouTube channel, and she has some like behind the scenes stuff of like on the ground and whatnot as far as like her being active on social media. And then she's pretty active on her Instagram as well.
Yeah, that is one thing. They're all very active on Instagram.
Yes, very active. The next member is Jenny, who basically is just a model. She, some of her modeling, like collaborations have been with Elle, Chanel's fine jewelry line, Calvin Klein, Hera Beauty, and all the Blackpink had a sponsorship or whatever with Ateez. So they all did that, but
I know that's right, Jenny. Get that money.
Yeah, she's definitely she's been working with a lot of different companies. So, and then Jisoo has her most recent thing was that she was the leading actress in Snowdrop.
Which we've sort of talked about a little bit because that show is still kind of controversial.
And I haven't seen it, so I don't really have anything to add to it. Just that she was in it, and that's like her biggest thing that she's done so far. And as far as modeling goes, she is a Dior rep. So she was on Vogue magazine modeling Dior. And that's pretty much it for her. I don't know if she's going to continue acting or if that was like a one-time thing. As far as people have been saying, her acting's really good. Like, she did a good job on the show, whether you like the show or not.
Right.
Her acting was good. On her Instagram, she's been posting a lot of pictures with her male counterpart, and like behind the scenes stuff, so that's kind of cool. And then Lisa hasn't really been doing much. She had all the dance videos that she did a while ago, but I think that was before we talked about them, obviously. She hasn't really done much of anything. She's pretty active on Instagram. Her most recent collab was with Celine Hote. I'm sorry, I'm like fumbling with how to pronounce that. Hote.
Don't ask me, I don't know.
Parfum. Yeah, Parfum.
Sure.
And Bulgari jewelry. So those are her two most recent collaborations as far as like modeling and company repping that's going on, but she really hasn't done anything else. So they're Blackpink, we all know that they don't release a lot of music.
Yeah, whether that's them or like the company thing, we're still not sure.
Yeah.
There is a rumor I heard of one of my podcasts, the K-pop ones, that they are rumored to release music sometime late this year. If it gets pushed back again, we'll see. Mm-hmm. They're in their 6th year as a group. So next year, I think next year is when their contracts come up, if they still want to be Blackpink or not. So we'll see how that goes. Because I honestly don't know at this point. I don't know if they still want to stay a group, if some members even still want to make music or not. The only one I feel like will really continue making music even after Blackpink would be Rose or Rosie, whichever one we want to call her. I feel like Jisoo might go into acting.
Yeah, I think that would be a good route for her to take.
Yeah, Jenny
could just be a straight up model.
Just be a model, and that's fine. And I don't know about Lisa, but
yeah, I don't know. I feel like Lisa has always had like a passion for dancing more so than anything, and I think she would be good if I know she did that show where she like coached trainees in like dancing, and she did a really good job on that. As far as I know, I didn't watch it, but I saw clips from it and reviews and stuff. So I don't know, that might be something she could go down, like the production, like dance route or choreography route, as far as like behind the scenes stuff.
Yeah, I just really don't know. I guess we won't know until things come up, because even just like news wise about them, like it's, if something's released about them, it's just like old stuff. Like I think yesterday it was just announced how like Ice Cream hit 700 million views, which is like, which is great, but nothing really new as far as what they're doing. It's like, they're kind of really just doing their own thing at this point. So as far as they'll continue, I really don't know. I can't even sit here and guess.
Right. But all of them are very active on Instagram if you want to know what's going on with their lives.
Yeah. So we'll see. We'll see what the future holds for Blackpink. We'll see if Jisoo gets her single, if that show was technically her single. And we'll just wait for the group.
That's her solo project.
Pretty much. Which, seems to have done a pretty good job despite the controversy. So I'll just wait till a drama that's not as controversial to watch her in, because that's a slippery slope with the things that it's being controversial about, and that's not my place to say anything.
Yeah, since it's like cultural stuff, I feel like I can't comment on it. So
I don't feel like that's my right as someone who's not Korean or even lives there or even knows any type of that history.
I wouldn't know what was wrong with it if I watched it.
So I'd rather just not. But yeah, so next, even though we did kind of go out of order, is TXT. So TXT also hasn't really, as far as what I can find, been as active. I know they've done a couple of like stages stuff, but in my research couldn't really find anything. So since our episode, and I talked about this briefly, I think in the episode, because it took me a while to put it out, they came out with a repackage of Chaos Chapter Freeze and called it Chaos Chapter Fight or Escape. With the title track Lover Loser. I came in briefly to talk about it a little bit. I don't know if I ever asked you, Macy, if you liked Lover Loser. I said I still like 0 times 1 love song better, but I still like Lover Loser though.
Yeah, I don't know which one I like more, but I like both of them.
Because I remember we were having like a discussion, because you thought it was going to be completely new album, and I was like, they're too close into release. I'm pretty sure it's just a repackage, so I was right. Not to brag.
You came on to brag in that episode.
Oh, you wouldn't listen? I didn't think you were going to listen to that.
I listened to it, yeah. Draw me under the bus.
I wasn't throwing you under the bus. I was just letting you know I was right.
There was a little bit of happiness.
A little shade
in how you said it, though.
I know. I still love you, though. Okay, so on November 4th, they released a song called Eyes, which I guess is a theme song for a Korean live-action series called Armor Saurus, which apparently is about a boy named Jin who is destined to be a pilot for the Red Dragon, which is a weaponized T-Rex, and they lead the battle to save the planet from extraterrestrial dinosaurs. I have not seen this show anywhere, so...
No.
But it's a live act. I wonder if that's a webtoon. They've been making a lot of shows from webtoons recently. Mm-hmm. So, but yeah, Macy, I figured you'd be interested in that. A weaponized T-Rex.
Oh, you're talking about my mother, not me.
Oh, I thought you also like T-Rexes.
I think it's funny, but it's her.
Not obsession. As much as your. Okay, it's your mom's thing. I'm
on the lookout for stuff so that I can give or show it to her. Gotcha.
My bad. I got confused there. But then I was like, oh, I haven't heard this, but I also haven't heard the song. I just know apparently that also came out. Mm-hmm. And then on November 10th, they released a Japanese mini with 0 times 1 love song, Moa Diary, and Magic, and a new song called Ito. And I'm assuming those 3 I just mentioned are Japanese remixes. Mm-hmm. Like I mentioned earlier with the BTS catch-up, TXT, since they're under Hybe, have their own little webcomic. That started coming out on January 16th, and their webtoon is called The Star Seekers. So the description I got from that is, in the age of magic, a world where magic idols prevail, and this extraordinary times, an original idol group called Star One is suddenly gifted with magical powers. And with these magical powers, a mysterious enemy appears. The once unpopular idol group finds themselves tasked with saving the world. Will they be able to take responsibility? I put restore twice. I didn't reread my notes, apparently. Will they be able to restore peace? And it drops every Monday on Webtoons. And Yeojun has a personal Instagram account, and I think he's the only member that does. And I followed it.
He's also very much a TikToker, and he's doing all of the dances. He's doing all of them. Like, if it's a dance TikTok trend, he's done it. And some of them are a little spicy. Just saying.
Yes.
Like, don't grow up too fast, man.
Right. Even though he's only like, is he 2 years younger than us? I think so. 99.
Yeah.
I'm just thinking of like when they, debuted, like they just look so young. And now I'm like, what happened? You grew up too fast. Stop it. I feel like, stop. Those are my boys right there. But that's pretty much it for TXT. I was surprised they're not that, I mean, they're active, but at the same time.
Since we did that episode either, so.
True. But that's all they've released so far. Mm-hmm. And like I said, I know they've done like some concerts and some stage things, but I couldn't find them and I couldn't remember them, so I didn't write them down. Mm-hmm. And then last but not least, are we on our last one? You did all yours, right?
Yeah, I'm done.
Yeah. Okay. Well, 21's going to be really short because that was our most recent one and nothing else has come up since we've done the episode. I pretty much was up to date on everything. CL is done with her activities as far as promotion, alpha. I mean, she does do it every now and then. And the only other thing is Sundara, I think I heard she either participated or she was guest on that reality show, Mom Idol, that's either done or is still coming out recently. It's when a bunch of first and second gen women that used to be in K-pop girl groups are coming back to form a group, which is pretty good. And that song they released is pretty good. What is it? Woo Ya Hip? I've been jamming out to that. But yeah. That's it, guys. We're done.
That's a wrap.
We pushed through. Originally, I wanted to divide this up, but Macy was like, let's just go ahead and get this all over with in one sitting, which makes sense. So we could start moving on to other groups. So
yeah, I think we should limit how many like recaps we should do.
That's fine.
And hopefully we can, as we do like I think we can, when we do the K-pop game, like the first like 15 minutes or whatever, if we want to catch up on things that are like really relevant. Like I think a lot of this stuff I was like searching to find so that we would have stuff to talk about. But we could do like new releases, like
because I know I tried to do like a recap as far as any songs that we changed, and we didn't do that since the Ateez one.
Yeah,
so
I feel like I don't pay enough attention though to like what's changing, so I don't always have stuff. But we could definitely like, I don't think we even groups that we haven't talked about, like if with the first 15 minutes, if we want to talk about recent K-pop releases in general that we really like, that might be a good idea. Just so we can kind of keep more up to date and we don't need to go back so far.
Yeah, I will mention real quick though for the 21 game. I have been listening to that song Scream a lot more, surprisingly. More than the CL solo. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I think as far as CL goes, Taya Cherry has been creeping up and up and up and up.
It's a good song. So, it's a good song.
Yeah, no, I've been listening to that one probably the most out of that album recently. I wouldn't necessarily say change my list, but...
Mm-hmm. I haven't listened to it as much because, like, I was listening to it a lot when it came out, so I've kind of calmed down a little, but, like, when it still comes on, you know... Yeah. I'm there.
It's grown on me more. I really liked it before, but it's grown on me a little bit more, and I would say that it's the one I've been listening to the most since we played.
All right, I get that. So yeah, guys, I hope you enjoyed our recap. I hope I did okay, because I feel like I did stumble a lot, especially at the beginning. It was just a lot of information.
That's all right. I think you did fine. I don't remember you stumbling too much, so.
Thanks. I'll know when I go back and edit. But maybe that's also...
I think you sound differently in your head than you do in real life.
I do.
It's just sometimes, like, this is another language, so sometimes we have trouble pronouncing things.
That's true, too.
So...
And with my new job, I'm going to blame everything on my new job. I just haven't been able to study like I was. So I'm I'm like, I want to say probably 2 months. Yeah, out of practice, 2 to 3 months. I'm still making sure if I see tweets, since I follow a lot of like, you know, idol groups now, and especially like sometimes I'll come across, I think sometimes there's chances where I come across like Korean fans' tweets. I'll sit there and read it to make sure I can still practice reading it, but like just pronunciation is still not there. And my reading has slowed down a little bit since we last talked about it. So I'm still trying. Like I said, I don't want to lose what I've learned because it's been a lot, but it's hard. It's hard when you're doing it by yourself, and it's hard when you're doing it on your free time, which I don't have a lot of. Yeah. I'm always working.
Same.
We're just trying to survive, guys.
Yeah, no, it's hard out here in the adulting world.
I'm just trying to make some money and survive. Adulting. So anyway, let's go back to K-pop real quick. So Macy, are you excited to continue with the game?
Yes, I'm really excited. I've really, really been wanting to talk about Monsta X and Wonho, so I hope that we do that soon.
Yeah, that's our next group, right? Whenever we get a chance.
So I'm gonna start doing my research because I will be handling that one. I know a lot of it just in my head, but I need to organize my thoughts.
Exactly. So. And then I'm sure next one I think I want to do is Want Us. So there's also non-K-pop artists that I really actually want to do. Also, I don't know when I should try to factor him in, but I really want to do an episode on BIBI because I actually really like him. Okay. He might be one of my only Korean hip-hop artists that I really listen to like that, because I'm very selective when it comes to that, because that... If you think sometimes K-pop teeters on like the cultural appropriation, especially with like Black culture, honey, K-hip-hop. Yeah. Like there are some artists I listen to, and that's definitely one of the things where like I cannot keep up with an artist. So like if I find out something, not be disappointed, because I'm at the point where it's like, I can't let this stuff ruin my own happiness. I have no control of it. But at the same time, I'm kind of just like, I have my own limits of what I can handle and what I can't handle. So it's really kind of just like him, PH1, Epic High, Gray, and a girl that I really like called Ash B, as far as like Korean hip hop artists that I listen to. And then sometimes they got features where are pretty decent, and then some are not so decent, but hey. So, but I think I do want sometime do an episode on BY. So
I'd be down for that.
I'd be curious to know what your favorite songs are too. So like with the 21 and Epic High also. I want to do Epic High. Get better soon, Tablo, because I know you also tested positive for COVID.
Right. Well, lots to come.
Yes, lots to come. So look forward to that, as well as our other episodes. But let's go ahead and wrap this up because, like Macy just said, this is almost 2 hours. I'm tired of talking.
I haven't eaten anything today either, so I'm like,
oh no. Well, yeah, go eat. I ate before this, but
yeah, I chose sleep over eating, so that's where we're at
that's
in life.
the real struggle sometimes when you gotta choose. Do you want more sleep or do you want to eat?
Yeah, can't have both.
Well, you know what?
Sorry. Why do we always end on a depressing note? Like, what's...
I can't answer that for you, Macy. And on that note, should we try to end on a better note? Go listen to all the groups we just did. Go listen to the episodes when we play the game. Yes.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. If we missed anything, please tell us, because, we're always open to learning more.
Exactly. So. I think we did I think we hit the main points, the gist. Yeah. But there is, like you said, some things we could have missed. But still, go and re-listen to all the games, because I think they're pretty funny. So
yeah, I think that's my favorite thing that we do.
The game.
So, yeah. As far as my favorite thing that we record, because it's fun to play, and also my favorite thing to listen to. So
yeah. So I guess on that note, we'll go ahead and end it there. So thank you for listening, guys. You can find us everywhere that you listen to podcasts at I Was Thinking. You can follow us on social media, on the Twitters, the tweets, and Instagram as I Was Thinking Pod. You can also email us if you have a group suggestion that you want us to play the game with. Any, commentary. What is it? Sports questions, concerns, all that good stuff at iwasthinkingpod@gmail.com. But thank you for listening, and we will join you. You will join us. We will see you next time. Goodbye, guys.
Bye.